everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Blaze Planet Coaster. Against all odds, I spent like half an hour tweaking this coaster, and I've got it all into the green. And to be honest with you, this is a big surprise for me, because recently, like, I made a couple of changes to it, and it went from like yellow, red to green, green, and possibly like the best stats of any coaster I've ever made here. I'm gonna run it without a block section. I'm gonna show off, you know, what I like about it, at least. What I like about it is that it interacts a little bit with stealth, and it's got good stats, and it will accomplish some of our objectives as far as roller coasters go. Like, for example, taking advantage of the limited and uniquely configured available space over here. It auto tunnels a bit, but that's only to That's only to really fit with the terrain. It's not really to add any kind of like cool elements. So that, you know, it drops you right off the bat, no question about that. And you get up to about, you know, 95 miles an hour. Then it throws you through a really, really large vertical loop. It takes you around 90 degrees, and people actually like this because it's overbanked. And then you go through like yet another overbanked turn here. And this is where we started to encounter problems last time. So all I did was really slow it down, flatten it out, and then add some pretty tight vertical loops that go through relatively slowly, and that was enough. Like, you kind of hang there. It's got a little J Smith OTI's commute, but honestly, that was basically by accident. And then, you know, it's got another tight vertical loop at the end here that slows you down, but it's decent for excitement, bleeds a little fear. And then this part, as you might be able to tell, is an autocomplete. Trim brake section at the end slows you down when you come in. And you don't get that afraid at the end. Instead of getting like a 12, you're at like a 4. So, honestly, that's what leads to us having decent stats there. And I'm very surprised that this has worked out accordingly. I'm not going to put a block section on, and I'm not going to smooth it out. Because, honestly, this has only led to despair. The game's starting to get a little framey here, as much as I'd hate to admit it. We'll just fill in that terrain. And then we should rename this. And this was like... this is the Green Miracle, because it was very close to, like, not functioning at all. And we'll put the Q... I want the exit to bleed out into the... it doesn't really matter. We'll put the entrance over here, and we'll put the exit over here. And I'm going to start, weirdly enough, well, it's not that weird, but I'm going to start unusually enough by building the exit, just so that I have enough space to build a queue that I respect. So we're going to connect the entrance to the path here. And how are we going to do this? Well, I think we should drop it like it's hot immediately. And then we're going to have the queue bend around. Keep in mind, the queue, I recognize, is one of the things that, you know, has been probably the largest problem in my Planet Coaster Park, has been these, like, really, really serpentine queues. But we are at 100% customer satisfaction right now, so as bad as the queues have been, they have never been bad enough to, like, turn people away from our park. So I think that, to some extent, people are always going to complain. You know, that doesn't mean we shouldn't strive to give them the best experience possible, but people are always going to complain. Even if they like it, they're going to be, oh, you know, I liked it, but it was a little expensive. Oh, I liked it, but I wish that they used a dry rub instead of a spicy mayonnaise, you know? So, basically, the queues, as I see them, maybe I'm like Roller Coaster Emperor Palpatine, but the queues as I see them are a necessary evil. So we're going to go Operations, Enable Priority Pass, even though we don't have anybody presently working the Priority Pass section. And you still have to wait in line, like, a little bit with your priority pass. But look at that. You got, like, no walk whatsoever. And the priority pass is always like that. There you go. Beautiful. Honestly, I think I'm just going to open it even before the queue gets started here. And this is not a $10 ride. This is probably approaching a $20 ride because of the stats. And I will put this on the Steam Workshop as well. This is supposed to be the Western-themed section of the park. Whether or not that ends up working out is fine by me. It took me several months to get this, like several in-game months to get this roller coaster functional. So, you know, I've got to be honest, part of the reason I did it is because I know at the end of the last episode, people are going to be like, what the fuck is this guy doing? This roller coaster is unsalvageable. Guess what, motherfucker? We salvaged it, okay? So I'm going to try to set like a scene here. You know, got an archer over here. I'm not really good with the whole scene setting stuff. And he's shooting at a bandit. As far as I'm concerned, this guy could be a pirate or a cowboy, depending on our perspective. So these guys are taking shots. I prefer static decorations because, to be honest with you, they lag the game less, which is pretty important for me. Considering that we're getting up around that 4,000, 5,000 guest mark, and, you know, life gets tough around there. If you're a video card or a microprocessor trying to run Shenzhen IO at that point. So what are we doing here? Honestly, just throwing down miscellaneous elements that give the illusion of me knowing what I'm doing when it comes to staging. So this is just to throw in the slightest bit of uneven distribution of resources and, you know, depth and etc., etc. We're gonna throw some trees in here as well. The oaks are freaking huge, though. Like, I understand that might be intentional, that might be by design, that might be how oaks actually look. In fact, I think it is how oaks actually look, but it's slightly annoying as well, given the size of them in the game relative to other elements. We'll just throw it down. Like, I'm not just gonna use foliage, as much as that might seem like that's exactly what's happening right now. But I don't know how to make a Western themed section of this park. You know, we're throwing in prickly pears. Compared to other aspects, I think that the Western aspect is a little half-baked, honestly. There's not as many cool pieces of scenery. And the ones that do exist are really tough to place. Like the, what's the problem here? Too intense for you? I want to go on Green Miracle. The train, for example, is just too large to place. So here, what am I doing here telling a story? Well, it starts with an archer. And he's shooting at archery targets, as you might expect. This seems rather sensible to me. In fact, let's just have it set up like this. Archery targets? Nope. Control-Z that one. Archery targets. Move the archer. Is telling the story of this archer right here. He's here and he's like, hey, get out of here, cowboys. And then you get in and you see him shooting at that bandit later, you know, because they're trying to take his land or something. I don't know. You know, it's just a lineup. We don't have to tell the Dances with Wolves story here, okay? Are these a desert tree? Is there such a thing as a desert tree? I only know Desert Rain by Sting. Featuring Sade. Sade. Wait, that's Desert Rose, not Desert Rain. Alright. How you doing? 91. I don't have enough money to go on the Green Miracle. Alright, I'll tell you what. For now, because I want to see this coaster running, we're going to make it a $15 coaster. And, we're also going... I mean, the stats are good enough that I think this is going to make Jim Cramer-style mad money. So I'm going to throw down another building here. And this building is going to be something to do with Westerns. There's no pre-made Western building, are you kidding me? I don't know if I could really make a custom Western building. So I'll tell you what... like, this is now very much above my weight class. So what are we going to do about that? Well, it's very simple. What we're going to do is go shops and facilities, and we're going to go ATM. Maybe there's a blueprint for a decent ATM. Yeah, Western ATM. There we go. We're going to throw this Western ATM down right there. And then, it should be open, and it costs $2 because it uses price sync, which is fine. People are starting to ride this, which is dope, and hopefully it starts pushing people to, like, this section of the park, and we can build some rides on top of this. You know, I love the fact that you're going to be able to feel, like, the rumbling of the coaster underground worm colony when you come through here. I spent a lot of time not looking at other things going on in park management, so let's do that to start with. We get the Torque coaster starring Ice Cube. We get the... Oh, the pirate ship is in this game, so we can throw that down in the Pirate Lagoon. And the Screaminator. Daredevil something. Daredevil Dragster. Flawless design. Runs on a loop. Okay. The other thing I wanted to look at was, well, let's go to staff. We haven't done this in a while. It's probably not too many people that require promotions here. Or improved salary for that matter. This is good though. For now at least, this is good. 200 and 200. Staff's all happy. Overview. 100%, the park is amazing. Staff happiness is at full 100. And guest happiness is extremely high. Get these notifications out of here. Excuse me, where are the remaining notifications? There we go. Challenges. We've reached 90 miles an hour. The average speed on the Green Miracle, unfortunately, is not over 50. It's gotta be close. It's 39. Dude, I don't know how. I don't know how you make a coaster that averages over 50 miles an hour without people throwing up like crazy. That's probably just something I'm missing, though. We need a ride rating of 1,800. That's gonna happen probably with the next ride that we place. We can't even keep the Green Miracle full, dude. Oh, maybe we can. How many people does it ride? 10 times 4, 40 people per ride. $600 per revolution. I don't know how long the ride is, but that seems sensible to me. So, I kind of want to just copy the building. Like, okay. I would like to delete this thing. There we go. Wait. Control Z. Okay, first off, no. Escape. Duplicate the building. With Control D. And then place it. But I'm not going to actually open this ATM. That might seem ridiculous right now, but bear with me. In fact, I'm just going to move it to the other side of the street because it's our house. This is going to be the bare minimum level of customization, cosmetically speaking, but it's going to do gangbusters for you, I promise. Because what am I going to do? Grab this, edit building, delete the ATM, and then instead of an ATM, we're going to put down like a food store in there. So a custom food store. We got tons of them. You know, I don't think we've had a hot dog squad in here yet. Yeah, but I'd like to sync it, like, within the building, you see? Do you understand me? I mean, I guess we could just have it poking out of the building. But I kind of... It's here, like... It's so close to, like, being what I want it to be. And in fact, it's not even that bad. Like, it's actually functional. It just feels like the hot dog squad should be set into, like, the actual... building itself. But you know what? I think that I'm going to consider that this is okay. And then we're just going to go edit building. And we're going to delete the sign that says, like, bank. And then we're going to go, you know, sign. Come on, game. Oh, it's not loving life right now with 4,000 attendees. And I'm just going to, like... I mean, I guess we can write text on the sign. I don't really want a fairy tale sign. Editable sign. Yeah, okay, that is what we want, but I want the Western style. The Western... Give it a sec. Game, give it a sec. I know you're chugging along here. Western sign. There we go. Western sign wall. Western sign projecting. Western wall sign. Yeah, this is what we want, like right here. And honestly, I think that is, like, pretty much exactly what we want there. And then we're just going to duplicate that building. And we're going to place it down right next to it. And it's not necessarily looking like... Let's be honest. It's not looking ideal. But... And we don't want 2 hot dog squads, but... It's not looking ideal. But... At least it has some theming to it, and then we could do this and kind of create at least the illusion of this being sort of the western section of our park. So I'm happy with that. And we're going to throw down We've already got that, so we need a drink shop, so we're going to throw down a drink shop next. I don't think it really matters what it is, but we'll throw down a soda shop. There you go, and that's open for business now. We'll just say that that's done. And we just want people to, you know, in this section of the park to not be hungry or thirsty. And what are we going to put next to that? We're going to put down the exact same building. We're probably losing money every time we do this. But, dude, that's the beauty of our money-making operation right now, is that we really don't need to worry about that because we're making money hand over fist. We have unlimited money. So what are we going to do after that? You guessed it. Throw in some bathrooms here. There you go. And now, like, the start of our little western district is done here. And we just got to make sure that, like, we are still making money. The ATM doesn't matter to me if the ATM's making money or not. But what does matter to me is the businesses, like the drink shop and the drink shop and the food place. Restaurant, I think they're called. So bin, rustic western. There we go. We have to make sure that these will actually place, because if people are going to be eating, they're going to be throwing stuff out as well. And we will get some, you guessed it, you get the bins and you get the bins. You get the bins and then you get the bins. And if they buy enough, then you get the bins as the park owner. C-Class. I don't really know a lot about cars, honestly. Okay, there we go. We're on speed 1. People are loving life. They're using bathrooms. Park management. Overall, 100% happiness. That's what I like to see. Good boss makes money when his employees are happy. He's happy when his employees are happy. Speaking of which, 200 bucks. 200 bucks. We run a flat salary structure here. Park is fairly well balanced, honestly. We're going to try to run our information booth for the 11th time, apparently. You know, there's people in this section of the park. Ooh, Rocktopus not really being beloved in terms of its, how much money it's making right now. Same with Psychola. But if we try to get more people into the park, that's not going to be good for business either, because it's going to slow the game way down. So this is, you know, the danger of expansion. We're expanding all these people out here, or all these rides out here. But if we can't, you know, keep people going on them, could be bad for business. Like, similarly, I think just across the board, like, slight cost reduction in these rides could prove to be a viable idea here. I don't want to rake people over the coals. I want people to be happy on these. Why they're going on Solaire's trampoline to such a large degree is beyond me. They are loving this roller coaster, or the Ferris wheel, I should say. Please don't vom. Made 44 bucks last month, so obviously that's killing it. You made 892 bucks. I'm not queuing that long to go on Underground Worm Colony. It's really like Solaire's trampoline is crushing it. Stealth, still making some money. Dude, the Green Miracle is actually gonna kill. It did just, like, start existing, but it's got a 5-star prestige rating, which is awesome. My wife's life's work looks like it's still making money. We made $5,000 that month, which is nothing to sneeze at. Yeah, I made 1,800 bucks last month. People are still going on Nathan Drake's Uncharted, which is amazing to me. Bumper cars are making money. Is the ATM being used? 16 customers last month. I don't care that it's being run at a loss. They're getting out more money to spend at my park. That's a win. All right. Wait, how's Dragons of Camelot doing? Minus $1,100, huh? I wonder why. I guess, you know, it is... You can't fit a whole bunch of people on this ride. You know, it runs like 2 cars. So, I can understand it. But that's okay. You know, we'll bring it in as a lost leader. Kids love the Dragons of Camelot. The Green Miracle's doing fine. In fact, we should save that as a blueprint. You know. Green Miracle. Needs to hit 90 miles per hour for some reason. This all-green giant is your ticket to profit. Ticket to greatness. Now, it's a $23,000 roller coaster. So that's, like, extremely expensive as far as coasters go. You can't just plunk this down in your park and, you know, expect to be good to go. There it is right there. We'll upload it to the Steam Workshop in case you wanted to add it to your own park. I don't know. People told me they loved the Lunch Loser. Like, the Lunch Loser was making some people's parks pop off. So, you know what? Put the Lunch Loser and the Green Miracle together And you'll have music all night. After the show, it's the after party. Well, we're starting to approach 5,000, and to be honest with you, the game is running pretty darn well for the length of the amount of people inside of it right now. So I'm happy with that. What are some rides? What's our challenge right now? Monthly profit from rides of 11,000. Theoretical possibility. We'll just throw down some more thrill rides, honestly. We could probably even put it a little closer, because we can build the queue. This needs vertical space. So we should actually build something that doesn't require vertical space, and then it can probably... Yeah, it just fits a little better. What's the nausea stat? 2.71? That's fine by me. It just fits a little better this way, because we can build it under the queue of the Dragons of Camelot. So, you know, these are obviously very easy. Collider 6, that's obviously my large hard-on collider. Oh, it's actually the Large Hadron. I know it's the Large Hadron Collider, okay? Come on now. With that, thinking your boy Northernlion doesn't understand Swiss particle accelerators. That's like my #1 jam, okay? Let's be real. This roller coaster, which is a ride, is probably not going to be absurdly popular. As a result, this queue might be a little bit overkill. That being said, a long queue that doesn't have a lot of people in it, totally fine. It's just a nice orange tinted walk, isn't it? Now, a large queue that's full can become a problem. Now we're just gonna nuke that. Ooh, that bench. Can't you bench that bench? Okay, priority pass entrance. We might have to do the old classic, you know, double hump here, because it doesn't look like it's gonna fit where I want it to. It's just a little close to the exit there. That's okay. Or the queue exit, the ride entrance. Maybe this is why people don't like priority passes. Look, I'm giving myself not enough credit. The reason people don't like priority passes is because I don't think that they work in the game properly, to be honest with you. People will gladly pay 40 bucks to get on a fucking log flume, but if you ask them to pay 10 cents to buy a priority pass that allows them to save 10 hours, they go, priority pass over suckers. Ooh, give me that $9 milkshake instead. Get a nice little, like, rock garden going here. To be honest with you, like, I'm kind of running out of ideas when it comes to, you know, new queue elements. Like, I think that that's probably clear to see. Your boy Northernlion, not much of a gardener, to be honest with you. People are roasting me. There's endless roasts for the trees that I place in my park. Yo, do you hate nature? Come to Vancouver sometime, Stanley Park. It'll tear your bitch ass up. You'll be crying with beauty. The greatness of Mother Nature is an unprecedented mixing of an urban, concrete, and glass-inspired urban jungle. Probably not a Christmas tree, huh? And, you know, Mother Nature's bounty. And if you can't respect that, you can just get out. What's your Q rating at? 73. You know, to be honest with you, I can live with that. So far, nobody's really too thrilled to go on the large hard-on collider, but I feel like that could conceivably change. Crank it up on speed 3 for a minute and just watch the money pile up here. Green Miracle is great queue scenery. Thanks, appreciate it. I think that there's like one person on that roller coaster right now, which is actually a ride. But look, people are going on it. Okay, I'm not disappointed about that. We're up to 4,500 guests. This is ridiculous that we've gotten to 4,900 guests with like such. Well, we're gonna crank these guys up. We've gotten to 4,900 guests. Or 4,500 guests, sorry, without having any advertising, except I think we have like one ad in the paper. I'm just going to stay ahead of the game here by putting down, you know, like new people here, new entertainers, new everything. You just figure, like, you know, every once in a while we should throw down a new mechanic, a new janitor. Oh, did I put 2 entertainers? Oh, and it wants me to put 2 entertainers down because I clicked like an idiot. No, you just want to make sure people are still getting trained and, like, we're staying ahead of problems as they present themselves. So, the new staff, we should be able to... Ooh, let me guess. Gearish Atwood. I think I already know where you work. And my guess is that you work at the information booth. I don't know. How much do I pay entertainers? I haven't hired one in a long time. King Coaster's making 300. You know, this is the greatest job on planet Earth, because even before you're trained, you just get promoted. Yeah, I'm throwing money away. That's because I got 250,000 sitting in the bank here. A roller coaster. I can build 10 roller coasters out of pocket right now. Missed 53 sales last month, but why? What if I make priority passes cheaper? Right now, everyone's going priority passes are for suckers. We missed 53 sales last month. That's a lot of sales to miss. Or did we miss the sales because he blew it? No, he's a master at hawking priority passes. Dude, priority passes are freaking bugged, man. I don't know if that's true. Maybe I'm just completely misusing them. But, like, also, come on. Yeah, the Collider's getting... The large hard-on Collider, of course, I mean to say. It's getting people. It's getting people. People are not throwing up when they get off of my roller coaster, which is, to be honest with you, quite flattering. I gotta be honest, these dragons of Camelot look freaking stupid. 4,500 guests, and we're still making money. There's probably rides that are losing money, but I don't really mind very much, to be honest with you. Gearish Atwood's about to quit. There's no doubt. He's done. Let's see what we got here. Runs on a loop. The Hellion Ring. It's a family ride. I have no idea what this is. I've never seen it before in my life. It's quite an expensive ride at 5,000. But it looks pretty cool. Is there any way we could fit this? I mean, do we really want to stack up this much right here? To be honest with you, I think the answer is sort of, why not? Yep, information is closed. I cannot keep an information booth open, like, for the life of me, so... Put down another ride here. The one thing, here's what I'm struggling with now, and it's kind of a high-minded idea. Not to say that I'm particularly... you know, intelligent one way or the other. I'm just saying, you know, the idea that I have right now is every ride that we put down is to some extent, I think, just siphoning demand from the other roller coasters in our park. Like, it really seems to me that it's very conceivable we've hit a wall where, you know, we're building rides faster than, let me put it in complete economic terms. We're supplying rides faster than we're getting new visitors to the park. But it's really because the principal problem is I don't want to get bored and just stagnate here. I've got all this money, so I want to expand. But expanding may not necessarily be productive at the present moment. This is fine. May not be productive at the present moment because we're not gaining guests at a rapid enough rate. Which is not to say we're doing badly when it comes to guests. We're actually doing quite well when it comes to guests. Almost maybe too well for the game to handle because, you know, the frames and all that. No, you don't understand. That was my mistake. Do it like that. It's a little hideous, even as far as my own cues go, but it'll do. Like, I think that maybe we're just making, like, the, I don't even know what this is. Like, this is that spaceship from the 1997 Jodie Foster film Contact. Okay, that spaceship from Contact, already extremely popular. Let's throw down some... Type cactus search. No, throw down some cacti. There's no there's cacti. There we go. And in what way can I make this seem that it's actually, like, Western themed at all? Oh, it's, like, obvious. This is the thing that all cowboys use in order to learn how to ride a horse. It's a mechanical bull. Now, all these cactuses gonna dry this place right out. There's no doubt about that. Just get a variety of bushes here. Bushes are extremely desert-esque. I don't think there's any doubt about that. So, I mean, like these ones probably more so. The Cresnote bush. Still made $6 grand that month. At this point, I'm just assuming that our theme park is already renowned as, like, the best theme park on planet Earth. People from all over the world come here to, like, you know, ride the Green Miracle. Everybody wants to hear the story of the roller coaster that's so elaborate, it almost never came to pass. And to be honest with you, I don't blame them. It's a pretty incredible story. Look, not every queue can be a winner, okay? 58%. That seems fair to me. What else would people love to see? A fountain of some sort? We could throw down, you know, another one of these bad boys. Just for show. That's still going to be 51 probably. Oh, 70. You know what? I think I'll live with 70. Anything, and that's my Planet Coaster rule, is like, if it's in the green, it's okay by me. But it doesn't really rhyme. But does it need to rhyme in order to be functional? I don't think so. Ooh, it's a Top Thrill Dragster. And the werewolf. Again, continue researching. We're getting to, like, ridiculous heights here. I think we've done all thrill rides, and we don't even have Monsieur Frites unlocked yet. That is going to do it for this episode, though. I just want to check in on a couple of things before we finish here for maintenance. Green Miracle lost money last month. Pardon me? That does not seem appropriate. But I'll live with it. That's fine by me. And I want to check on staff. Because we do have staff that are awaiting training, aka, you know, as I've referred to it, promotions here. One day these priority passes are going to sell, man. I promise you this. And you know what, Gil? You don't get promoted. I'm just throwing money away when I promote you. For now, though, thanks for watching. Check out the Green Miracle if you want to build a $25,000 roller coaster that loses you money. Apart from that, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.